You're listening to the Sacred World Music Show on KEPW 97.3 FM in Eugene. Today I'll be interviewing Kirtan and recording artist Kavita Kat Macmillan from Portland, Oregon. I'm your host, Matura, and this is the Sacred World Music Show on KEPW 97.3 FM. Uplifting music to raise our collective vibration. Hi, Kavita Kat Macmillan. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Matura. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, great to have you on here. Hey, so you're a wonderful Kirtan artist and recording artist there in Portland, Oregon, and I've had the honor of playing with you and doing some events. It's been really wonderful, and I was intrigued about your history. You had mentioned that you had met Krishna Das in New York and others, perhaps Jayutal. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about that early history of Kirtan in the West.
Sure. Well, for me, it started in the late 90s in New York. I was living there and training intensively in yoga. So, I was starting to consider being a yoga teacher and starting that training, but also just practicing a lot and was completely immersed in that downtown yoga scene and was fortunate enough to be exposed to all of these amazing Kirtan wallahs that were bringing Kirtan to the West.
Yeah, who were some of the artists that you met at that time? Did you meet Bhagawan Das there too?
Yeah, Bhagawan Das was regularly sharing, and Sham Das was there as well.
Sham Das, yeah.
Yeah, those were kind of the main three. And then other people would come through, and as the years went on, Wah was there a lot. Dave Springer came through when he was doing his first album. It just started to expand and open my eyes to this as a practice that could be shared on a wider level with all kinds of people.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, there's a growing movement of Kirtan worldwide and conscious music as well across the country. What kind of festivals have you been participating in?
I've been doing the West Coast Kirtan and Yoga festivals, which has been really great, and forward to start to visit some other places in the country, especially get back east where this started for me.
Yeah.
So, in the coming years, that's on the list as well. I think it's really, people want to get in rooms together right now and sing, and it feels good. And it's growing because it's needed.
Yes.
Right? And it's so beautiful because, at the time when I discovered it, I was new to New York City and just making my way. And I always came out of that room shining so brightly. And I think it continues to do that for everyone. It's just opening us all up and bringing us together.
Yeah, absolutely. I too have had so many experiences of kirtans and the uplifting effect of conscious music and sacred music and chanting of mantras and so forth. So it's such a wonderful thing to do, and it's really bringing a lot of communities together. It was wonderful being with you at Bhakti Fest this last year. You were so kind to invite me to come down there and sing with you. And was that your first time playing at Bhakti Fest, or you'd been there before, haven't you?
They're supporting people. This past year was the first year that I had a set. I had a set at Shakti Fest last year as well, but then the year before was there supporting other artists. So it was really fun to have my own set, and to have you included was awesome.
Thank you. Yeah. And you're going to be at Shakti Fest this May as well.
I will, yeah. I'm excited to be back presenting music.
Fantastic.
It's always a wonderful way to drop in with just the family of practitioners who are committed to this art form and this, spiritual practice. And also there's always so many people there who are really kind of new to yoga and new to the Kirtan scene.
Yes.
Just to start to introduce ourselves to those people is always really fabulous too.
Yeah, fantastic. What are your plans for the coming months? I understand you're working on a new album.
I am. So that's big in my schedule. There's a live album that just was recorded here in Portland. I did a kirtan with Daniel Paul, which was super fun and ecstatic. And we did a live recording of it. So I'm working on that. And then I'm also working on a multi-track album that hopefully will be put together by, late spring.
Fantastic.
And be able to present sort of two different styles, right? Because the live has something that is very different than the recorded music, but they both give you a place to practice when you're in your own home in different ways.
Yeah, and I really love your style because you have such a strong voice. And it's kind of a classic voice, and the fact that you really focus on the call and response, and you really engage the audience, which is really important. I've seen you do that a number of times, and it's very uplifting the way you draw them in. You get them chanting, and everybody feels enlivened by that. It's really a fantastic thing. Hey, maybe you could tell me a little bit about who you've studied with. I know you've studied with some raga masters. And
because at the same time that I was getting turned on to Kirtan, I was getting turned on to Indian classical music, and didn't really have any idea of the sound connection that I was stepping into and the path. But it's really my deep practice and passion is my Indian classical practice, and it's not something that I present out, but it's really the foundation of my music practice. So that happened at the same time, and my first raga teacher is a wonderful composer and pianist and raga singer in New York, Michael Harrison, who's actually from Eugene, and
wow,
studied with him for some time, and then left New York, had a child, was living out of the country, lots of changes, and when I landed back in Portland, I was really super pleased to see that there was a really small but intensely interesting Indian music community amongst the Westerners here. And there was a seed that was planted, a long time ago when Pandit Pranat came, and his senior students here were still teaching. And so I fell in with the same lineage that I had started studying, however many years previous in New York City, learning the same compositions. And since I've brought Ustad Mashhur Ali Khan Sahib here to Portland to present music and to teach. And now I'm studying with Warren Senders, who's an amazing singer in Boston. He's with Boston Conservatory and has a different lineage, but is also just a real master of the craft and is illuminating all kinds of new avenues for me there.
Nice.
And yeah, it's really exciting.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I feel really passionate about that, yeah.
Yeah, it really shows in your music and the way you sing.
Well, compliment.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks. It's fun to sing with you all with the Bhakti Dakti band.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we've got a show coming up this Saturday night in Portland. That's going to be exciting.
I can't wait.
Yeah, and the summer season coming up as well. There's going to be a lot of festivals like Beloved and the Oregon Country Fair and Shakti and Bhakti Fest and so forth. So that's going to be a really fun time for all of us. What are your personal plans? Do you have any travel plans or?
Well, I'm going to Maui probably for a week in the near future. I've got a harmonium workshop that I'm teaching on the 10th of February.
Great. And will you be with Daniel Paul there as well?
Yeah, when I go to Maui, I'll try to get a little more recording done with Daniel and hopefully some kirtans with my friends that are on the island. And then back here, some kirtan dates in March and April, and just getting ready for Shakti Fest in May.
Yeah.
And heading into the summer, I'll be with Daniel the April 29th through the beginning of March, so I'll have some days here in Portland and Eugene and Ashland, and then hopefully if he's jumping on with you guys, I'll be able to drop in and see what you guys got going the following week. Yeah.
We're going to do something in the Bay Area, I think, and work our way down to Shakti Fest. That's the plan. So, yeah, fantastic. And so
I guess the other part of my study that really affected me is my teacher Karuna Maiji, who left the body last year, who also was in the tradition of Pandit Pranat, and she's who I made a pilgrimage to India to study with, and really received deep transmission from, because she actually would sing with the harmonium.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what brought the harmonium into my practice, because I was really studying classical and playing tambura. And then Karunaji really encouraged me to play with the harmonium, because she said it would teach me about the breath.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's so wonderful. And you're a yoga teacher also. Don't you teach at Om Shanti in Portland?
Yoga, yeah. And I've taught for a very long time. That's my home studio. So at this point, that's where I'm teaching in Portland. I teach 3 days a week, and I teach mantra there and harmonium.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's wonderful. It's life-saving. I love sharing yoga with people.
Yeah, it is. It's really wonderful. And I understand that the proprietor of Om Shanti, that's your friend Bhakti, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she runs a program to assist orphanages in India, right?
Yeah, it's a really beautiful studio, because it's all based in her tradition, which is the Swami Satchidananda tradition,
Oh,
and
yeah.
the interval yoga tradition. And so the studio and all the kirtans and everyone that we have is always sending a portion of the proceeds to support the Family for Children orphanage in Coimbatore, India, which is a non-adoption orphanage where all kinds of children, a lot of them with, physical disabilities, hardship when they arrive, are kept and raised, and it's a family. They never have to leave. They're given skills, and the ones that are able to leave or want to can, and many of them stay and just make themselves part of the ashram family and continue on there. So it's a really special place to be a part of. Yeah,
I know. I was really excited to support that when we played there, and I'm looking forward to doing an interview with Bhakti as well, and sharing that information with our listeners as well. So, also, what's your website that people can look up your music and dates and things?
Yeah, it's openheartkirtan.com.
Okay.
Or KavitaKatMacmillan.com. Both take you to the same place.
Yeah, and you're on Facebook as well.
On Facebook as well, Open Heart Kirtan.
Okay.
Kavita Kat Macmillan. Yeah.
Well, Kavita Kat Macmillan, it's great to have you on the show, the Sacred World Music Show, and look forward to doing more things with you and seeing you this weekend.
Yay, thanks, Matura. I can't wait.
Yeah, okay. We'll talk again soon. Thank you.
All right, thanks.